All right, and now you can be seated. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nick Niemerg, and I am the current president of the SIUE Queer Faculty and Staff Association here at SIUE. And there have been many partners that have helped put these graduation celebrations together and to make them what they are today. So I do want to acknowledge those various campus partners, including the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, our friends at the Kimmel Student Involvement Center, members of SIUE Safe Zone, as well as the Queer and Faculty Staff Association and the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. So thank you to all of them for their continued support. I do also want to say thank you to the amazing staff at the Inclusive Excellence Education and Development Hub, many of whom you saw at the check-in and are manning our Zoom station over here. They have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that these events are done well. So thank you to Lindy and her crew for putting this together. Now, it is truly an honor to welcome you to our 13th Rainbow Graduation Ceremony, which we celebrate semi-annually, and we are grateful for the opportunity to honor our graduates that identify within the LGBTQIA+ community here on campus. And I look to our students and say that we are incredibly honored that you have chosen to celebrate your accomplishments with us today. You have endured and you have reached a pivotal moment in your lives. You have persisted to graduation, and we will be sure that you are recognized for your amazing dedication and all of your hard work. So to formally start our program, I do want to direct your attention to the program booklet. You should all have received one when you entered, and if you're watching online, then there is a virtual option as well. Let's see. You can also find the link to the booklet on the Hub website under the Rainbow Graduation Celebration information. Included in the booklet are your pictures, your biographical information, and your messages to those who have been with you all along the journey and supported you in making it to this moment in time. So while you're looking through the booklet, I do want to take a brief moment to recognize the members of our senior leadership team, that some that could be here in person, some that might be joining us online. Including our very own College of Arts and Sciences Dean, Dr. Kevin Leonard. Thank you so much for being here today. And I also do want to add a few additional notes about today's celebration. So the Rainbow Graduation is an annual ceremony, and it's conducted on numerous campuses to honor LGBTQIA+ students and to acknowledge their achievements and contributions to the university. The first known Lavender graduation was created by Dr. Ronnie Sandlow, a Jewish lesbian, who was denied the opportunity to attend the graduations of her biological children because of her sexual identity. It was through this experience that she came to understand the discrimination felt by her students. So Dr. Sandlow designed the first ever Lavender graduation ceremony at the University of Michigan in 1995, and this first ceremony had a total of 3 graduates. The tradition has grown leaps and bounds since then, now spanning colleges and universities across the country. And now, as mentioned, as of May 2016, this is also a part of SIUE's traditions, and we are so proud that you are another group of graduates to participate in this celebration. And we are also thrilled that we can host special events like this one for our students to be recognized and to celebrate the achievements of not only the students, but also their families and friends and mentors who supported them all along this journey. So I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to begin our celebration with keynote remarks from one of our colleagues, Elizabeth Camper. Elizabeth is an assistant professor and information literacy librarian in our Lovejoy Library. It would help if I could read. And they have been teaching information literacy instruction for more than 7 years, and also teaches in our university honors program. Elizabeth currently serves as the vice president for the Queer Faculty and Staff Association, and I am so appreciative of her leadership within this organization. Prior to living and teaching at Edwardsville, they studied at SIU Carbondale, and we won't hold that against her, as well as the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Currently, they specialize in teaching research skills to students in our first-year writing program. So without further ado, I present to you Professor Elizabeth Camper.
I'm delighted to be speaking to you today. I'll remember to take some deep breaths, not speak too fast, everything that I would tell my students to do. I would like to take a brief moment to acknowledge the struggles and persistent revolutionary actions of those LGBTQIA folks that came before us, like Nick was talking about with Rainbow Graduation. They allow us to be able to share a safe space and celebrate our queer community. Today and every day, we are thinking and remembering those that we have lost to violence against our community, especially those members we lost in Colorado Springs. We are strong together and we stand with our queer community. When Nick first asked me to speak at this event, my initial response to him was, "Am I important enough?" The first text message I sent back. My first words of wisdom to pass on to the graduating class of fall 2022 is, and maybe everyone else in the room that might need to hear it, is you don't need to ask yourselves that question because you already know the answer. We tend to hang value on the way that we perceive ourselves and the way that we think that others perceive us. And we underestimate the power that we hold as individuals, especially within the queer community. Something that I'm constantly telling my students is that they are worthy and they deserve to be here. I think that we all need to remember how worthy we are and how much we have earned the right to take up this space. To this graduating class, I don't have to tell you what an accomplishment it is that you are graduating with your degree, but I will. Whether it's your bachelor's, master's, or PhD, what you have accomplished will shape the rest of your life. And what an accomplishment it is in such great company. While reminiscing about my own experience, I started to think about my all too familiar story growing up as a queer individual in the Midwestern United States. Raised in a conservative evangelical Lutheran household, I was closeted my entire youth, far into adulthood. I never had the support, a role model, or really even the language to describe how I was feeling. And I was so desperate for that sense of belonging and that sense of community, but I didn't realize that the first step was self-acceptance. As we all know, especially these graduates today, college changes us. Throughout this experience, we grow in ways that we never imagined. While I attended my undergraduate university, I was exposed to an incredible array of individuals, many with different backgrounds. And I couldn't believe the amount of life that I found that I was not living and that had never known what my life could be like or what it should be like. College was the first time that I met someone who was openly gay and the same age as me. At the time, I saw her as a lesbian living her absolute true identity day to day, and she was proud. She would have never asked the question, "Am I important enough?" Because she knew she was. But I could feel even in those tiny, safe queer spaces that I was not ready. I didn't have my people. And so I was so afraid to expose myself to the hateful rhetoric that is thrown at the queer community, and I didn't want to feel the shame of not being normal. So I continued to hide and started meeting other queer people in secret. And secrecy to me was loud house parties with loud music, a place where I often did my best hiding. While attending my graduate university, I noticed a change. Perhaps it was a change in myself, coupled with an incredibly tight-knit group of individuals, almost all who identified as some aspect of the LGBTQIA+ alphabet soup. We joke in the library profession that librarianship is getting increasingly gayer over the years. Something to do with queer people loving cats, books, and arguing about censorship. But that's a topic for another speech. Mixed in with these friends that I made in graduate school was a sense of safety and security. They were my first shot at feeling supported, feeling free, and enough to finally say, "Man, I don't feel like a woman." What I had there, that security and that community has started here at SIUE. And what I wish for the graduates in this room is that same sense of security and community. Find your people, Find your space, those who will help you brave the impacts of this world. Hold on to those who will hold you up and the ones that will rise and fall with you. Brandon Kyle Goodman, a non-binary comedian, actor, writer, an influential voice in the BIPOC LGBTQIA+ community, he once said that we do not come out. There is no process of coming out. Rather, we let in. The process of letting others into our identity starts with letting ourselves in. It is that piece that I was missing. In my search for connection, belonging, and community, I forgot to search for myself. My graduate community helped me find my identity, and for the first time, I met Elizabeth Camper. After disregarding my imposter syndrome around speaking at this event, but not the jitters, I was driving down the road on a Saturday afternoon listening to NPR's Radio Lab, and yes, I listen to NPR on Saturdays, and I'm a lot of fun at parties. Anyways, the hosts were speaking to Professor Steve Strogatz. He's a math professor at Cornell University. And Dr. Strogatz, he started to explain a magic trick that he had seen a physicist do with a slinky. Right now, you may be thinking this is not where I thought this was going, but hang on for the ride. I do this to my class all the time, and at the end they yell, "Full circle," because we get there eventually. If you hold up a slinky in midair and you let it come to equilibrium, just holding the top, gravity will hold the bottom of the slinky down, and you are holding the top. Are there any physics professors or majors in the room? No? Great. When you let the slinky go for a fraction of a second, something incredible happens. The bottom of the slinky hovers in midair as the top of the slinky starts to descend. The reason the bottom of the slinky just floats there, according to Dr. Strogatz, is simple. It hasn't gotten the memo yet. The bottom of the slinky only has the information from the coils above it, and it only knows what's going on from the coil above that, and so on. Information flows have a lot to do with how our physical world works. What is revealed through this tiny experiment is that all we can feel in the world is what is right around us. When something changes in our world, we feel it. The ripples, the reactions, the tension, the pulls. But we are grounded within ourselves and those we immediately surround ourselves with, our community. For some of you graduates, all of you graduates, your surrounding coils are about to drastically change. And none of us know what's happening at the other end of our slinkies. I got stuck thinking about this idea of surroundings and community and the college experiment and how it builds us to be the people that we are and how it helps us make informed decisions about the people that are around us. This queer community relies on you, on us, to be there for ourselves. This queer community, we are to be here to shepherd the next generation of queer youth. So keep letting people in, keep growing, whether you are continuing in higher education or going into that terrifyingly beautiful world out there. I will leave you with one final quote from Pulitzer Prize winner journalist Rowan Farrell. LGBT people are some of the bravest and most potent change agents and leaders that I have encountered, and the most forceful defenders of the vulnerable and voiceless, because they know what it's like to be there. So get out there, keep going, keep growing, and don't forget to love each other. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Liz, for sharing your thoughts with us today. And I, again, am honored to have collaborated with you, and I'm so happy to have had an opportunity to get to know you during my time here. So again, thank you so much. And now we are excited to recognize each graduate individually. So momentarily, we're going to ask our graduates to stand and to proceed to the podium over on the side of the stage, and Dr. Yang will show you what to do. Let's see. And then you will also receive your cord on stage, and you'll be able to take a picture with Howard over here on the other side. And then at the end of the ceremony, you can pick up your certificate. So once the names of all of the graduates are shared, we will ask everyone in attendance to make all of the cheers, the claps, and the extraordinary celebration sounds, however you would like. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and have you get into place. And if Mitchell and Mario want to come up here too. You will give your name card to Mitchell, and they will read your name. So at the same time, I'm going to ask everyone here in person to also do the same, as well as those that are listening on Zoom. So once we are all cheered out, we can carry on with the rest of our ceremony. So graduates, as your name's called, please know that we honor and celebrate you. You'll be receiving your cord, like I said, and we hope that you'll wear your cords proudly during your respective commencement ceremonies. So at this time, we'll go ahead and have the graduates stand and proceed to the podium on the side of the stage.
Bryce Valvoda, Bachelor of Science, Major Biological Sciences, Concentration Medical Science, Minor Chemistry. Natalie Zuzu Casey, Master of Public Administration, Major Public Administration.
Okay. All right. I want to give let's do one more loud, amazing celebration for our graduates. Amazing. All right. Thank you. You can sit down if you want to. Thank you again for your participation. So graduates, as you go out into the world and make your mark, please remember that you are a proud SIUE Cougar and that you have left a legacy here on this campus and in the hearts of those you encountered while you're a student here. And to remind you a little bit of how you are always a Cougar, we do have a special message from a member of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, Dylan Santoni, class of 2016. Dylan?
I know Nick and I match. We didn't plan to, I promise. I really do think this is incredible. Nick gave me a script and he told me I had to stick to it. So I will, but I'll say that I really do think this is an incredible ceremony. But my name is Dylan Santoni and I proudly serve as a member of the Board of Directors for the Alumni Association. And I really am excited to be a part of this special celebration with you and with everyone online, everyone in the room. First off, congratulations, both of you, on earning your degree from SIUE. You should be very proud of your accomplishments, and I commend each of you for your hard work and commitment to your education. As soon as you cross the commencement stage next week, you'll be joining more than 120,000 members of our alumni family, spanning across the country and around the world, where you'll no doubt join in a tradition of fellow alumni making significant contributions to their professions and their communities. SIUE continues to bring incredible joy to me and to so many others. During my time as a student and still years later, the support and desire to witness the success of fellow SIUE alumni is one of the most tangible parts of my continued campus involvement. It is truly a privilege to welcome you into this alumni family. I encourage you to remain actively engaged with our university through the Alumni Association. The Alumni Association will keep you informed about the university and encourage you to be involved in activities and initiatives either on campus or through one of our local chapters or networks. Finally, we hope to see you next week at the Always a Cougar graduation celebration on Thursday, December 15th. Love the plug. For a toast to your success as you enter into the next chapter of your SIUE story. As you celebrate your amazing accomplishments with friends and family, Know that you will forever be a valued member of the Southern Illinois University alumni family. Congratulations again, and welcome to the Alumni Network.
Okay, thanks, Dylan. In this moment, I wanted to say a special thank you to, again, to our planning team for this semester's Rainbow Graduation Celebration. So thank you again to Lindy and Tarsha and the entire crew over at the Hub for all of your work in putting this event together. So as we mentioned earlier, graduates, you were able to submit messages of thanks to faculty, staff, mentors, friends, and family who have been instrumental in your success. And we know that it often takes the love and care of all those around each student to encourage them to complete their degree and to make it to graduation. The messages that the graduates shared to those who are members of their care teams are included in the program booklet mentioned earlier in this program. However, we also want to honor those of you here today who have supported these students. Everyone, please join me in a celebratory moment and round of applause for all of the friends and family and support team for our graduates. Okay, and now we have some closing remarks from our very own Assistant Vice Chancellor of Inclusive Excellence, Education and Development, Lindy Wagner.
Hello, everyone. Lovely faces. It's a pleasure to be up here. I just want to say to the graduates, it's truly a joy to see you here. I think when we think about the work that we do in the Hub, we consistently say, well, I hope that the students, appreciate it. I hope they know that they're honored. I hope that they know we see them. And I just hope that today you feel that. You feel seen by us, you feel seen by your care teams, and you feel seen by QFSA and the faculty and staff who are here to join you, because graduation is such a huge accomplishment, and it means a lot to be able to see you walk across the stage. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet and say, I feel joy. I see the joy coming from those here, and I hope that you have a wonderful experience at your graduations when you wear your cords, and I hope that you go out into the world and do great things, because I know you will. So thanks for having me.
All right, thank you, Lindy. Thank you so much. And thank you once more to all of you for attending today's ceremony. And most importantly, thank you to our students for participating today and for dedicating yourselves to your education here at SIUE. And most importantly, thank you for all that you have done here at this institution and the impact that you have made here during your time at SIUE. You left a little sparkle on this campus, and I just absolutely love that. We are very excited for the bright futures ahead for each one of you. There are certificates for you outside at the check-in table before you leave. And for everyone else, as you exit, please feel free to get all of the pictures that you want out by the SIUE step and repeat. I do believe we're going to do a group photo with the two grads with Howard after this is over. And then also we have some lovely refreshments in the back, so please stay, mix, mingle, and help us continue the celebration for these two amazing students. So with that, final congratulations on all of your success. Please stay connected with us, and we hope to see you here on campus in the future as alumni. So thank you again, everyone, and congratulations again to the fall Rainbow class of 2022. Okay, some photos and then, yeah.
Then they won't get into the, so here, can you guys come on? We're gonna use all of that. Here, come just in front of that a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'm hiding all that. That's good. That's good. And what's, yeah, I looked into it. There we go. Friend for the
Man.
Oh, then let's maybe go in front. Yeah. Yeah, sure, up or down. It is. I think that.
You're gonna have to-
Once you get in the,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
in the projection.
Can we go to the step and repeat? Okay, let's do that.
Okay, bring more balloons.
Okay. You never have too many.
Here, you can help.
There we go.
It's true.